Thank you for coming back and to another episode of the Cogent Bogan. I know it's been quite a very, very long time since I uploaded something, too long actually. But in this episode, it's going to be kind of short and sweet for you. But in this episode, I'm going to show you a very short video clip. It's like 38, 40 seconds long. And the video clip is called the Communist Directive. Now, in this video, a man reads off a memo from the Communist Party. And it states in this memo that you label your opposition with three basic terms. And you keep repeating these type of terms, and in the mind of a normal person, it'll eventually become true. And the terms that they use are fascist, Nazi, and anti-Semitic. Now, if that sounds familiar, well, it should, because basically that's what the Democrat Party has been doing, and everybody that's on the left and far left. This is all the same type of talking points that they've been using, labeling people like who support Donald Trump or anyone who goes against what the Democrat Party wants. They label you as anti-Semitic, fascist, and Nazi. But at the same time, they gotten smart through the years. And they started using other terms as well, such as transphobic or some other kind of phobe. They've been calling you racist as well, misogynistic, patriarchal, and my favorite, a threat to our democracy. And that's what the other terms that they have added to this directive, if you will. Not only do they use the phobes and the racist and misogynistic terms, but they've also been including Nazi, fascist, and anti-Semitic. Whenever they can, that's what they've been doing. They've been adding these terms and using them consistently every chance they get. The reason why they keep doing this is because they know for a fact that a lot of Americans, or just people worldwide in general, a lot of these people will not do any form of research. They will rely on the mainstream media. They will rely on their certain politicians that they listen to. They will rely on, things like social media, like Facebook and Twitter and YouTube. They rely on that for their information. These people, they know that these people will not take the time out to do their own research to see if they're lying or not. Why? Well, because many people have been conditioned to rely on others, like politicians and the mainstream media, for their information. They've been conditioned to believe that where they get their information from is 100% accurate and truthful. Basically, the Democrat Party, the left and far left, have been preying on people's ego and emotion. And they know that if they keep repeating these things over and over and over again, these people who now think with their ego and emotion and not rational thought, that's how they're going to start thinking for the rest of their lives, with their emotions and your ego. So what does that mean? Well, even though you can bring up actual proof and statistics and verifiable proof saying, hey, the Democrats, the left, the far left, and even the mainstream media is lying to you, here's all the proof. Their ego kicks in and will refuse to see the truth. What will they do? Well, that's more propaganda coming from the Republicans or from the far right or from the conservatives. That's what's happening. People are using, like I said, their ego and emotion, not rational thought process. They've been conditioned this way for many, many years to believe whatever a politician says is true, or certain politicians, and what the mainstream media says is true. Even if the mainstream media will come out the very next day saying, hey, look, we kind of got this story a little wrong, but here's why we got it wrong. They'll still look at it and say, oh, well, you're still right. You're still accurate. This person is a Nazi, fascist, and all those other terms that they tend to use. The media is very good at spinning falsehoods into truth. And that's unfortunately the problem, not just here in America, but around the world, what is happening. Now, there are some people who are slowly waking up to this propaganda and BS, if you will, but it's too slow, basically. In my opinion, it's too slow that people are waking up and seeing how they're being manipulated through their emotions instead of rational thought, because it's just more convenient and easy for people to believe something through their emotions. Oh, well, I got offended, or that hurts me in some way. So that's what these people are doing. They're using wordplay to prey on that. So people who get offended, people whose feelings are hurt, they're more susceptible to believing propaganda than the actual truth, because their ego will not let them see what the obvious truth is, even though the truth may hurt them or they may dislike it in some way. They would rather believe the propaganda lie that's coming from the Democrat Party, the left, and the far left. It also doesn't help when social media like Facebook and Twitter, and yes, even YouTube, starts censoring people from telling the truth. Like for many years, when President Trump was elected, the Democrats, the mainstream media, they were all saying how Trump colluded with Russia in order to win the election. As soon as people started speaking the truth, saying, no, he didn't, there's no way this was possible, what happened? Places like Twitter, YouTube, Facebook started censoring people, either by shadow banning them, removing their posts, giving them strikes on their accounts, or just flat out shutting down those people's accounts and deleting them so they couldn't tell you the truth. Or at least an opposing opinion, they would shut it down. So what does that do? Well, when the media comes out and says, hey, look, these are all the people who were speaking out against the Russian collusion thing, and now their social media has been cut down, great, because now that means that you're not getting misinformation. And these people who can't think with rational thought, they look at it and say, well, yeah, if Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube got rid of these people, then what they were saying must have been lies. So therefore, that's the manipulation coming into play. The Democrats know this. Mainstream media knows this. The left, far left, and all these social media sites, they understand that it's easy to manipulate people through their emotions. Or, how can I say it better? It's easy to manipulate people to think with their emotions instead of rational thought. It really is in today's day and age, where everybody pretty much is on the internet reading things. And things like Google, they'll suppress or push down, like if you were to put in like the Steele dossier, is it real or fake? Something of that nature. Google will press down the real and the truth about that dossier, but they'll push things like CNN and MSNBC and how they were pushing to how the Steele dossier was absolute truth. But for you to try to find the truth about it and how it was all made up, it's going to be a lot harder for you to find than finding the lies and the propaganda from, say, CNN, MSNBC, and places like that. So to get back to the original premise of this episode is, I would love it if you were to, if you know anybody that's on the left, far left, that happens to be even a Democrat, and there's like the anti-Trumpers and anti-Republican. I really hope that you would take the time and show them this video. You don't have to show them everything right now with me talking. Just show them the little 40-second, 38 to 40-second clip I'm about to show you. Or maybe even just download this whole episode yourself and share it on your social media. And hopefully these people can see how they're being manipulated into believing basically anti-American propaganda, or communist propaganda is a better word for it, or a better term. But to be honest with you, these people, a lot of these people, and I do mean a lot of these people, are so far gone that it's going to take quite a long time for them to come around, if they even come around to understand that they've been being lied to and manipulated. The left, far left, and Democrats even know this. That's why they're trying to get the indoctrination going. At first it started in colleges, then it started in high school, and now it's going all the way down to like grade school and kindergarten. And what do I mean by that? Well, look at everybody with the CRT, critical race theory, that's totally based on lies and based on Marxist beliefs. If you don't believe me, please look it up. You'll find it. And also this stuff about gender and how, a 3-year-old or a brand new born baby already knows if they're, trans or not. That's a load of crap. But they're indoctrinating these kids now at younger and younger ages every single year. And quite honestly, if we keep letting this happen, we're no longer going to have a nation, meaning America. We will no longer have a civilized world, period. Because if this kind of crap or ideology starts spreading to every single country, it's going to be the downfall of many civilized societies. And we have to stop this. We have to basically not just get out and vote those type of people out of office, regardless if it's a political office or the local school board type of a thing. We got to get rid of these people. We can't let them be in power anymore, because they are endangering everything that's civilized. They're going against the grain, and they're pulling in their strange ideologies, and it's up to us to get rid of it and bring things back to normal, bring things back to rational thought and not based on emotion and ego. So not only do we have to get to the polls or to the voting booth and get rid of these people that way, but we have to start speaking louder. We have to start spreading the truth wherever we can. We have to call these people out when they spread their lies, like how they say Donald Trump is a Nazi, or even if you were called a Nazi. You need to ask them, well, where's your verifiable proof that I'm a Nazi? Where's this verifiable proof? Bring me this proof. Show me this verifiable proof. And you know what's going to happen. They never will. They'll just call you names. They'll probably walk away. But the point is, if you're speaking and you got like 10 people around you, and every single time you go to those people and you say, well, where's your proof? You don't have none. All you're doing is spreading a lie and an opinion, and it's not backed in actual facts, no statistics, no verifiable proof. And when they start calling you more names and start shouting at you even more, you look at them and say, why can you not provide any form of proof to back up your statement? You just look at them and say, look, Everything you're doing is proving me correct, that you have nothing of substance. You are not thinking with rational thought. You are thinking with your feelings, with your emotion, and you're lying right now. You have no proof. You know you have no proof. That's why you keep shouting me down, why you're walking away, why you're calling me names. Now, out of all those people around you and you say that stuff, if we can just get one person to start second guessing that person's stance, that's a minor victory, but it's still a victory. Because if you get this person to start second guessing, maybe they might even do their own research and find out that this person is full of crap and is doing nothing but lying and spreading falsehoods. That's one person. And that from that one person, we may get another person. And then we may get another person. So it'll keep propagating. Yes, it's a slower process that way, but we still have to do it. We just cannot sit by going, I'll just wait and wait until I get to vote or something. Because if we always wait and we put things off, and we always wait for the voting or election time, it could actually be too late for that. We need to start spreading the correct information, the right information, the true statistics, the verifiable proof. We need to start acting now. Do not resort to their tactics of name-calling and violence. That is the wrong thing to do, because they always hope that we will start calling names. We will get tremendously angry. We will shove. We will cause, some form of violence, no matter how small it is. They want that because they're going to turn that around and use it against us. And that will fortify their belief system, their ideology, and it'll fortify their lies in the weak-minded's minds. They will literally go, oh, well, yeah, look, they suddenly turned violent. And you know how it works. They'll cut the video up left and right to make it look like that person's the victim. So whatever happens, try to restrain from using any form of foul language and name-calling, and definitely refrain from violence. Do not act upon it. Now, if they turn around and they happen to hit you and they continue to hit you, well, yeah, defend yourself, but do not start any form of violence whatsoever, because, like I said, that's what they want, that's what they're looking for, that's why they yell and scream and get in your face, and because once you do that form of violence, no matter how small, that's a weapon in their arsenal to use against you. Now, what you can do is, if you happen to catch the violence caught on video, and if there happens to be a cop by, yeah, get that person arrested. Press charges, definitely. Okay, enough of me talking. Here is this, I believe it's 38 seconds of the Communist Directive.
The following directive was issued from party headquarters to all communists in the United States. It read, when certain obstructionists become too irritating, label them after suitable build-ups as fascist or Nazi or anti-Semitic, and use the prestige of anti-fascist and tolerance organizations to discredit them. In the public mind, constantly associate those who oppose us with those names which already have a bad smell. The association will, after enough repetition, become fact in the public mind.